Well, I'm always really grateful when mothers come on. I want to say show. This is a show. This is a TV, like a TV show to me. When they come on camera to the blog and they're willing to be honest, because I think the tendency is to think it's a unique belief or it's a unique experience, and then all these moms respond and go, "Thank you for saying that," because it's kind of universal. That's a universal problem, and I'm grateful for what you're going to share with everyone. You deal with a nagging feeling and belief that you can't seem to get over.
Yes.
And what is it?
That children are burdens and that they can't do anything right.
Okay, so the belief is children are a burden and they can't do anything right. Now, did you feel that as a child growing up, that you were a burden to probably your mom more than dad in the traditional, did you grow up in a fairly traditional family setting where mom was the primary caregiver?
Yeah, she was a single mom.
Oh, okay. So she was a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so a little more challenging to, okay, yeah, kind of the martyr. My life is horrible and children are a burden. So I want you to realize that belief is it's kind of a second generation issue. Meaning, what precedes it is, I can't have what I want. My life is horrible. And now I even have to parent children by myself, which is a burden. So the deeper belief is, I have no support.
Yes.
I have no support is the deeper belief. And then children are a burden.
Yeah.
Now, you've been a single mom, right?
I was for the first 4 years of my oldest child's life.
Did you feel during those 4 years, I have no support
Yes.
and my child is a burden?
Yes.
So it's fair to say your child was a burden. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was burdensome, right?
It was hard.
It was difficult. It was burdensome.
It was.
It was overwhelming a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You didn't have the support you needed.
No.
So there's some truth to this.
Yes.
So it's okay to say that and say, yeah, I've come through a phase where it's been extremely burdensome. I didn't have the support I needed, which came from I didn't believe I could. You kind of recreated your mom's pattern.
Yes.
Okay, now you're married though, right?
I am.
And you're also in this interesting place that your companion, your husband, lives in a different state or works in a different state primarily most of the time.
Works. He
And comes
travels a
home.
lot.
Like, when do you see him?
The last 4 months, we've seen each other about once a month for a few days.
So you're still being a single mom.
Yes.
So you're getting a little worn out by this.
Yeah.
So again, the deeper belief that was handed down through the generations, through the mothers of your family, which is, I have no support, life is burdensome, which then becomes children are a burden. Because when you're worn out, when you're isolated to be the only caregiver, you're not getting your needs met, you're not creating good self-care, your children are a burden. And you're feeling it. Mm-hmm. So let's do the tapping on children are a burden, or life's a burden. Life's a burden. So just imagine your mom, and let's go back to, we know your mom created this. Think your grandma did? Either your mom's mom?
My grandfather left.
Oh, see, we're 3 generations back now. Sorry, folks, none of your stories are original. They're all reruns. It's a rerun.
It is.
No one's ever changed this. It is the family energy. The good news is your root chakra is wanting to let go of this. This is root chakra family stuff. What about grandma, great-grandma? Do you know anything about her story?
Not much.
Okay, we at least know there's 3 generations of women living the belief life is a burden, there's no support.
Yes.
Okay, did you ever know your grandma?
A little bit.
Is she still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, let's imagine we're calling a conference of you, your mom, and your grandma.
Okay.
Let's present all their energy. Let's presence it. And they're all going to tap on this. And we're going to tap on this for all the generational energy of this. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you have a daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
Oh. Good news is they don't have to have this experience.
Good.
So, up and over your left ear. Life is a burden. I'm no longer believing life is a burden.
I'm no longer believing life is a burden.
I'm no longer believing I have to do it all myself.
I'm no longer believing I have to do it all myself.
I'm no longer projecting that onto my children,
I'm no longer projecting that onto my children,
believing they are a burden.
believing they are a burden.
I'm no longer feeling ashamed
I'm no longer feeling ashamed
if I have the thought my children are a burden.
if I have the thought that my children are a burden.
I am now choosing
I am now choosing
a new belief.
a new belief.
I am supported.
I am supported.
I am taking care of myself.
I am taking care of myself.
It is right and good.
It is right and good.
By taking care of myself as a mother,
By taking care of myself as a mother,
okay, we're going to go back on that. By taking care of myself as a woman,
by taking care of myself as a woman,
I am a better mother.
I am a better mother.
My children appreciate it.
My children appreciate it.
It is the right and correct choice.
It is the right and correct choice.
I care for myself
I care for myself
in ways that support me
in ways that support me
in being there for my children.
and being there for my children.
Okay, so you're a type 4 energy. So you've heard me say this, like maybe I have to say it. No, I don't want to create that. Well, I've said it before and I say it again, and I trust you're all getting it. What is important in your self-care, in your daily routine that allows you to be present and available and balanced for your children so they don't feel like a burden? Do you know what I mean? What I'm talking about? What is it?
You need time for yourself.
You need time for yourself. So let's tap over that. Both ears on this one. I am now choosing
I am now choosing
time for myself.
time for myself.
It is right and correct.
It is right and correct.
So I just did a podcast on the Child Whisperer radio show. We'll put a link. There's a link in the copy below to that show. It's especially I had a series where I interviewed moms of each of the 4 types. And which show do you think has gotten the most listens? The type 4 mom. Which I love that in the attribute you have to want to perfect your role as a mother. So this really goes against it to have the thought, my children are a burden.
Yeah.
You feel, you shame yourself quite a bit for having that thought. But remember, that thought is a clue. The clue is, oh, my life is feeling overwhelmed and burdened. How well am I taking care of myself? It's a clue for you to self-examination. Am I taking daily? Is that in my lifestyle? Am I teaching my family? Is it in my family culture? The first mom I interview in the radio show has created this in her lifestyle and in her family culture. Your children are old enough to be able to respond to your teaching of them to support you because they're 12, 7, and 4.
Yeah.
And listen to the radio show if you're a type 4 mom that needs to hear from another type 4 mom of how she's successfully achieving this. It's consistent in her life. It's necessary. Her children understand that. And they probably have times where they go, Mom, did you need to go to your room? Because, see, they read their mom and say, Mom, you're a little you're coming across a little burden here.
Yeah.
They might be feeling like, my mom's the burden. Good self-care is essential. And we come from generations of mothers that have held the belief choosing myself over my children is selfish. That's silly. Let's flip that. Choosing myself and choosing my children is right and good. There's no either or here. It's both and. You choose yourself in an effort to show up as a great mom for your children. You choose the care of yourself. That's a really old belief. We're kicking that one out of our root chakra. Done.
Sounds
You
great.
get it.
I do.
You do. You get it.
I do.
So it's just a matter of making these little tweaks.
Okay.
And you'll be fabulous. And it's okay if occasionally you feel a little bit burdened by life. And just say, how am I doing in managing myself and what's important for me?
Okay.
So I trust you will do this and you'll have a amazing, wonderful success story to share with us in a few weeks.
Thank you.
And trust you as well that you'll create what's right and good for you, and know that it's right and good for your children, and you can have both. You can be great at self-care and a great mother. It really makes sense, huh?
It does.
I know. All right. Well, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching.